If Pep's in this conversation
Who never
with no
won
Champions League, if Jose Mourinho is in this conversation with no Champions League, with a Premier League club, then Klopp deserves to be in it.
What's happening, everyone, and welcome to 888 Sport. Today we are going to be talking about the greatest foreign manager to have ever plied his trade in this country. Flex, don't even try it. Sir Alex Ferguson is British.
I was going to say, I was going to say, I know Brexit's happened and things like that. Things have happened, different things, but what's the criteria here? Because I thought there could only be one answer, but you've cleared it up, so that's fine.
Can I kick it? Or can I throw something at you?
Yeah, go on.
Because I think it's you and I that have felt this.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to put him on the table straight away.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho.
Right. The thing about this is this, right? He came and revolutionised Chelsea, don't get me wrong. He done his thing, built a great squad. But the way he plays football, he will be remembered for getting results and getting trophies. Don't get me wrong, he's very decorated, but it always rubs people up the wrong way with the type of football that he plays. Like, he did bring something that was a different way of winning, you know, shutting up shop, being pragmatic, all these things we associate with Jose. He did bring that. To put him in there over Wenger, who literally had shoestring budgets, kept finding gems, the way that football was played at that time, he changed the diets of the players, what they were doing, the way you played football. He did do that. Then you're looking at your Klopp and Peps now. If they continue to do it, if Pep gets a Champions League at Man City and stays for 3 more years and keeps winning trophies at the highest level, he can be in that argument as well. But I think you've got to give Wenger the respect, man. What he did at that time and the players he unearthed.
So Wenger over Jose?
Yeah.
Ped, would you agree with that?
Wenger's number one for me. Simply because he revolutionised the game in this country. I think all these other people have come off the back of what Wenger did when he came into Arsenal. It was very much still... the whole league was very much still in the beginnings of the Premier League. It felt like it was still a new thing. It felt like it was sort of coming out of the era of the first division in terms of everything was getting a little bit flash in terms of like stadiums, and we were starting to get better players in. But I don't think the football was that much removed, or the lifestyle of footballers. I think what Wenger brought to the Premier League was a professionalism that I hadn't seen before. And I think everybody else came off the back of that or benefited, because don't forget, you had to change attitudes, and Wenger changed those attitudes. I don't think we would have accepted Pep Guardiola or Jose Mourinho into the Premier League as much if Wenger hadn't come in and laid that groundwork for him. Because don't forget as well, he took on Sir Alex Ferguson at the time as well. So he was taking on the great British manager on his own turf. Yeah. And that was a difficult thing to do. And I think what helped was the fact that there was a respect between those managers, and Sir Alex Ferguson liked what Wenger was doing, even though it was a brilliant rivalry. Because don't forget, it wasn't just a rivalry on the pitch, and it was a brilliant rivalry. It was a brilliant rivalry off the pitch. The things they said about each other, the mind games, two managers conducting themselves in very different ways. Wenger played his part brilliantly in that.
If we're going to compare the two and make this a little bit of a Wenger versus Jose, the general consensus so far has been Wenger. Head to head, Jose battered him. Does that count?
I was going to say, can I jump in a second?
Sir Alex as well a lot of times, though.
I put Jose Mourinho above Arsene Wenger. I'm not going to lie to you. And the reason why, I get the influence that Wenger had on football. That can't be denied. But Mourinho won multiple Premier Leagues with Chelsea at 2 different stages. He went back and won the league again. Not only has he done that, you saw what he's done outside of English football to add to it. But considering we're talking about just English football, Rory just brought it up himself. He had the number of Arsene Wenger when they come head to head. Even Sir Alex, there was many years where he was getting the best of Sir Alex teams. So I just don't think that can be ignored. Of course, influence, but that weren't even the manager that I was going to bring up. I was going to offer Pep Guardiola simply for the fact, when you talk about what he's done in English football, and we're talking about a manager that has done what he has had to do. He's had to do this at Man City. I know he hasn't done the Champions League. That's why we're talking about English football. He's came into that City side. Yes, they've spent a lot of money, and yes, they should have won the trophies they've won. but they've done that. The League Cup is theirs every single year. They are in for a shout with that FA Cup. They are in the title race season in, season out, and they have been for the past 4 or 5 seasons, all at the helm of Pep Guardiola. Last season, they drop off. This season, they're back. They've got a reshaped defence. It's a completely new built team that they're getting there. And Pep Guardiola, for me, he's only overlooked because of the money. And I'm saying this as someone who's got Jurgen Klopp as my manager, and I think I've got the best coach in world football. That being said, Pep Guardiola needs to be in this conversation simply with what he's achieved.
My issue, obviously my love for Mourinho, like the love affair, is over. But to be totally impartial about it, I find it very difficult. As much as I appreciate what Wenger did, and you are totally right, he did revolutionise a game. He came in at a time when it wasn't easy to come in as a foreign coach, did things, changed the entire culture. The drinking culture at Arsenal, for example, he eradicated it. And he will always be remembered for that. But effectively what we are giving him credit for there is being older and being first.
Yeah.
Whereas with... Also, I can't give it to Wenger over Mourinho because of the head-to-head. Think about what Mourinho did to Wenger. He made him... Do you remember when he attacked him on the touchline? He made Wenger attack him. like he just had his number. And
I forgot about that.
some of Wenger's biggest days were ruined by Jose Mourinho. Do you remember Wenger's 1,000th game? Wenger's 1,000th game in charge. Mate, we put 6 on them. But it's interesting. So if we put it on, cards on the table now, let's democratically vote. James.
He hasn't even been brought up, but Jurgen Klopp.
Are you going for Klopp?
Yeah, listen, mate, he came into my football team. Right, so do you know if Man City never got Pep Guardiola?
Too early.
Won a league by now? Oh, yeah, listen to me, Rory. Would have Man City won a league by now if they never got Pep Guardiola? They probably would have.
Yeah, well, they won it with Mancini, didn't they? And Pellegrini.
Nah, I mean, since Pep Guardiola joined Manchester City, say if he never did and, they got another manager, he still probably would have went on and won a league, wouldn't he? Liverpool weren't looking like that when Klopp came in. We were an 8th place team. He was just successing Rodgers. I think he deserves a shout, man. Premier League and Champions League in back-to-back seasons. Jurgen Klopp.
That's utter nonsense.
That feels so early, James. I rate what you're doing, backing your team and all that. But
by all means, boys, this is a platform of opinion. So come on, you address your opinions.
Yeah, well, since James is having that opinion,
because all I've heard so far is Ped said that it's nonsense with no proper thing, yo. Rory's saying it's early with no proper thing, yo. So come on, boys, let's have a conversation.
James, what you're doing is you're comparing. Wenger's been doing it for 2 decades. Mourinho's been doing it for 2 decades. You're comparing 2 decades with 5 years.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But, there's many managers with longevity. There's many managers with longevity in the game. When you talk about what he has done at the club in the time that he is being given to do it, Jurgen Klopp has got better every single season.
By that
First
logic,
season, 2 finals.
We'll have to
season,
put Carlo
4.
Ancelotti.
Third season, he's in the title race. Next season, he's won the title. Next season, he's gone on to win the Champions League. But he never won trophies. No one with no trophies can be in this conversation. If Pep's in this conversation with no Champions League, if Jose Mourinho is in this conversation with no Champions League, with a Premier League club, then Klopp deserves to be in it.
I'm going to go for Wenger because I just generally feel like he's the only one that has actually finished his career. So he's the only one we can really talk about outright. Everyone else has still got a little bit of time to prove themselves. So for me, it's still Wenger.
I'm gonna agree with Ped, man. I'm gonna stick with Wenger. I think what he brought to the game and the players that he continually kept bringing through the production line. I just rate that. I rate that.
And I'm gonna go for Jose Mourinho. I can't, sometimes I can't quite believe that that's what I'm doing. I'm picking the current Tottenham manager as my suggestion for the best foreign import into management. But I find it very difficult.
He's still a Chelsea legend, though, that's why.
Because...
Listen, he's a Chelsea legend. Where he got you the title for the first time in how many long? Like how James is talking about, how long was it?
50. Only 50.
50.
Only 50
years. Half a century. Come on, man.
Only
Chelsea legend.
How is it?
Like Jose reminded your own fans.
This has been fun, but we're fairly split on this. So we're going to have to put it to the people. Can everybody watching this video please do us a favour? Comment below. Let us know, who do you think is the best foreign manager that we have ever had in the Football League? Comment below. Let us know. We're all going to be in the comments looking at your suggestions. So make sure that you make the right choice and choose Jose Mourinho, and we will see you all on the next video. Nobody else gets a chance to say a word. Cheers.